And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us today for another edition of the Fan-gard. Please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you are enjoying this content. Well, welcome back, everybody, to another edition of the Fan-gard. My name is Mark, and I marched Santa Clara from 1997 to 2001.
And I'm John. I marched in Santa Clara from 1979 through 1981.
And we are very excited to have you today. Today, ladies and gentlemen, is one of our most requested shows on the Fan-gard, and that is 2000, the year 2000.
Why?
And this is the Santa Clara Vanguard cadets and their championship performance, Division II championship performance. Amazing. I was there. I was in the audience, and it was such a hype. And so we've got a great panel for you today, some very, very special guests. And I want to start with Mr. Sandoval. Mr. Sandoval, thank you. This is your second appearance on the Fanguard. Oh, my goodness.
All right, I'm Julio Sandoval. I marched in the Santa Clara Vanguard Cadets in 99 and 2000, and then I graduated onto the Vanguard A Corps in 2001 through 2003.
Thank you so much for being here, Mr. Sandoval. And all the way from San Jose, we have Mr. Darnell Johnson. Thank you for being with us, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it here. Darnell Johnson. I marched from the Santa Clara Vanguard Cadets from 1996 through 2000, aged out in 2000 when I was one of two age outs in 2000. Went on to become the drum major at San Jose State. I am now the hornline instructor at the Spirit of Sunnyvale Sound Sport team. I'm still doing the thing, I'm still doing the marching thing. My daughter's waiting to get into Santa Clara.
Awesome. Awesome. Thanks for being here. All right, next, let's go to one of my favorite instructors when I was marching in the Santa Clara. This is Mr. Bryan Williams. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Bryan Williams, I marched in the Cadet Corps in 92 through 94. Then I marched A Corps 95, 96. Then I went on to teach the Cadet Corps and the visual staff 97, 98, and 2000. Then I taught the A Corps visual staff 2001 to 2004. And then I went back to teach the Cadet Corps on their brass staff from 2008 to about 2017.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again, Bryan, for being here. Ladies and gentlemen, I am very, very excited to introduce the new interim executive director of the Vanguard Music and Performing Arts. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jeremy Van Wert.
Yeah!
Thank you. Thank you. It actually feels really strange. But I'm Jeremy Van Wert. I marched in the Vanguard Cadet Corps drumline in 95. I marched in the A Corps 96, 97, and 98, and then went directly into teaching the Cadet Corps for several years, including 2000. And then came back recently in the last couple of years to be on the board of directors. And there was a need for a interim executive director, and I'm filling that as of Wednesday. Thanks
I
for
can
having me.
I can speak for the entire alumni in saying how excited we are to have you, Jeremy. And we know that you are the right man for this job, especially in this time. Just understand the entire tidal wave of the alumni of the Santa Clara Vanguard, both Cadet Corps and A Corps, are behind you, sir. We commend you. We salute you.
Thank you. The amount of support and offers that I've received, they're just overwhelming and wonderful. So thank you.
That is great to hear. Year 2000, Santa Clara Vanguard Cadets, a Division II championship show. And as I said earlier, I was in the audience along with the entire A Corps. Thank you, Rick Valenzuela, for allowing us to come to watch the Division II championships. I think it was Friday.
Wednesday night.
Excuse me. Wednesday night, got in our Corps jackets and went and hyped up because you guys were going into it.
If you go back and look at earlier scores, they were going back and forth with Mandarins, Blue Stars. It was not
the Mandarins all season long.
Yeah, it was not a done deal by any means. And then to come into finals or into prelims, you guys were 3.5 tenths in front of Mandarins. It turned into a 1-2 race, basically.
Yeah.
So
Mandarins.
Yeah. And
That was our first night at prelims. Was our first time beating the Mandarin. So
we were taking the picture when they announced the score, and it took a couple of minutes for everybody to realize that we had won. And once we ran back to the buses and let everybody know, hey, we won. And that rehearsal the next day was incredible.
Wow.
yeah,
I can only
we
imagine.
knew we had that
Amazing.
bullseye on our
And
back now.
That hype. Awesome. Well, you guys, what was the name of the show in 2000?
Journey Out of Darkness.
Journey Out of Darkness.
Yeah,
Actually,
the opener was the Dream of Angus by Rolf Rudin.
That's that's the hard one to pronounce.
Yeah, that was
then
great.
There was that was good. Then the second production, I think it's a David Holsinger piece, Song of Moses. And I think every corps is doing Holsinger. So you got to have a little Holsinger in your show in the late 90s. So
right.
that was ours. And then I remember the rest of it was like Stephen Mielo pieces, just kind of a smattering.
It was like Escape from Plato's Cave or something
yeah.
like that.
Yeah. So, you got to read the Republic to get the show. So get your philosophy books out.
Wow. So it's a deep show. It's got some meaning.
I think this is the first show that actually was trying to do like a story. That's, I think that was what's kind of, as we watch this show, it's a development from darkness to light. You're going to see that in the color guard costuming primarily. We'll kind of talk about it as the show goes, but it's like, I think it was really the first attempt for the Cadet Corps to try to pull off like, hey, we're going to try to tell a story, which was like, it's not reinventing the wheel, but it was the first time for our staff to do that.
The members themselves, though, I remember I have a recording from the April camp where the music is right in front of us, and we couldn't play it. It was horrible. I remember the staff saying they were concerned that we weren't going to make finals. That's how bad we were. And we worked so hard to get to where we were. And being one of the two age outs there, I watched these children. I mean, we had 13 and 14-year-olds in the Corps that year, and they worked their butt off. I watched them become young adults. You know what I mean? Coming from children, and to see the progression throughout the year, just watching everybody just come together and get rid of all animosity and work together to achieve this one goal that was almost unattainable at some point in the year. And it was a magical journey just from start to finish.
The percussion program was reasonably good from 99 going into 2000, and it was Dave DeLulo and I and several others that were working with this percussion program. And looking at the lineup of people that were in this drum line, so many people went on to do just absolutely wonderful things. So many people are still doing great things. Casey Brohard is in this line, and he became an absolute all-star over at Blue Devils and remains so. Mark Bennett was in the tenor line, and his career has just been absolutely fantastic, working with big name bands like Korn and Shinedown, and so many wonderful names, Prince and Pink. And so forth, working on the stage setup every single night, very hard work, and so many other people that I'll probably point out as we go, but just a terrific group of young people, and that drumline just gelled. It just kept going through the whole summer to be just a fantastic little drumline.
Well, you guys, what are some of the big highlights of the show that we want our audience to be looking for as we're watching this?
So I remember the first big hit was the waterfall, where the drum line kind of pushes the entire horn line down that leads into like the two wave patterns that travel back and forward at different tempos.
I want to point out that the first 30 seconds is one drill move. In fact, I remember our first like drill camp was like, he's like, hey, I sent you some drill. And this was like when you mail drill. So I went to the hall to pick it up, in a FedEx, whatever. It's like, there's an envelope like, great, we've got some drill. And I called them up, Oliver, there's 2 pages. What's this? It's like, okay, but it's 60 counts. It's like, okay. Another thing about the show to look for is like kind of the journey from, dark to light. You're going to see that color guard costuming primarily. I think we rated the Vanguard costume room because the opening uniform is from 95, I believe. It's the overlay they were using. The Cadet Corps uniform, the Corps proper, that's the 96 that was, you know, repurposed. And I think they used it for a couple more years after. And then you'll see the color guard, they remove the copper outfit, and they have the you know, the really bright blue uniform going from the second movement, and then they have a white overlay. Really simple. Like, none of these are like, you know, groundbreaking, but the fact that we are trying to pull this off, costume changes for the Cadet Corps, it's like, what are we thinking, you know? But, you know, it's like just bringing that sophistication, you know, into this age group was just fascinating for us to work out.
Oh wow, this is going to be exciting, you guys. Are you ready to watch this?
Yeah.
Let's do this. I'm excited.
Vanguard cadets, you may take the field for Division II finals.
The A-Corps, our biggest fans that year.
Yeah.
That was so cool to see that.
Such a hype.
Such great support.
So this whole sequence is moving just one drill move on paper. So I was talking about it earlier.
You know, I still have every piece of drill from this year. I kept everything.
All those curvilinear pathways.
Fun to work out for sure. And see the color guard in that, you know, kind of talk about that really dark costuming. Borrowed from the 95 A-Corps show, I believe.
I didn't see that just done until I actually got to watch the video.
I love the energy coming off the field here.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
this opener to me, just the visual in my head, a few years before had been the Sleepy Hollow movie that came out, and I always would just feel that headless horseman going through the forest with this song.
And that was that move Darnell was just talking about, that compression.
Yeah.
I remember how
This was one of my
aggressive
favorite visual
you guys
moments.
were, and it was just such a hype to watch because I love that Vanguard aggression, that angsty, and you guys just brought it that year. So clean, you guys, so clean.
There are straight lines there.
And you know, we don't talk about the color guard. You know, they're pretty good. It's really
Doing it.
Yeah, and
like
I remember that
3 different rewrites, if I remember correctly.
we brought Mark Metzger in. You know, he had done some great work with the A-Corps, you know, for the previous few years, and you know, a good friend of Oliver's. He was able to come in and help us with some phrases, and you know, just so many fingerprints on this show from incredible talent. So it's just real fun to work with those people.
My wife taught the color guard.
Yeah.
And the group of girls were just so enthusiastic and so fun to work with, and she had such a good time because the attitude was so positive and everybody was so excited to be there.
Yeah, that was a really good guard. I remember cleaning some work checkpoints and stuff at some point. It's like, let's get this working. Let's work this out.
The rotating bulbous,
With the half-time cup is trying.
yeah.
This is cool.
This is
Well, and that drum feature was no joke either.
Those are the 99 drums, if I remember correctly, so kind of a bit of good luck from the A-Corps.
So cool, you guys. So cool.
Fun fact, Lindsay back there went on to march trumpet with the A-Corps.
Oh wow!
Very
Wow.
cool.
Yeah.
I remember the ending of the opener changed maybe 5 or 6 times before we got to finals.
Yeah. At one point, it was like a long note, just that bop, bop.
Yeah.
And that's good to be able to do that. You know, some, you know, previous years you might not be able to change parts, you know, on the fly. You know, it's like, no, they just got to learn it. But, you know, it's a good mark of the maturity to be able to make changes well into the season. Just doing everything you can to make your show the best it can be. It's really fun to have a
So, Boston Crusaders came in 5th place in world competition, and we built better arcs than they did.
And you can see, yeah, so we, you know, the color guard has now changed.
Ooh.
Obviously, we can see that.
That direction change. I don't know who that gentleman was, but I just want to give it up.
That was Scott. That was Scotty Too Hotty in his little feet.
Oh yes, Scotty Too Hotty.
545 here. This was fun.
You guys are manhandling those horns, like alternates, all the different visuals. It was so cool to watch. It's so fun to watch right now.
Great design moment there.
And it's like,
geez.
when did the color guard
Progression,
change?
wow.
You know? Yeah.
And then the colorful flags highlighting the light color costumes because of the lighter mood. And great saber work too.
Yes.
Yeah, this drum major, she was so dedicated. She was such a fantastic person and a good young leader.
Kelly, right?
Kelly.
Kelly.
That is correct. And she just had her heart so far into this. She's a fantastic drum major.
It takes a lot of energy to get through this show, you guys.
Yeah, this
You're bringing it.
was, we pretty much worked on this movement every day in our visual blocks. It's
Oh my
like,
goodness.
This is so cool.
yeah,
Kind of rotating circles there with the condense.
Oh man.
yeah,
Out of town
everything
camp,
is,
me and Allison slammed into each other doing that move, and I put my hands under my face because I hit my mouthpiece had hit my face. I pulled down and there's blood there. I still have those gloves.
yeah, a little bit of danger, a little bit of danger in this. But yeah, this is a beautiful ballad, and everything in the visual program is so intentional. Nothing is just not thought of.
That was Maurice on Contra, went on to the A Corps the next year.
I want to give props to the drill rider again. The motifs that keep reoccurring really do a great job in tying the show together. Whether it be the circles, the waves, and now here we are with the color guard, really coming into the light with this white.
I like this moment how the texture of, if you look at the horn line proper just in their visual staging, and how they were in these little pods, but then they're coming together just like out of nowhere, and all of a sudden,
there's so few times that I can say that a G bugle sounds like a B flat horn, and that young lady just made that so beautiful.
That's Katie Coleman, yeah.
Yes.
She went on to the A Corps the next year. If you watch the 2001 at the end of the show, she's the swinging pendulum arm at the very end of New York Metropolis.
That's right.
Great member. It's amazing banger too.
So beautiful.
I'm just looking at the marching technique of this corps, and they're so good. They move so solid. They look like a corps much older than what they are.
Yes, agreed.
There was just a lot of buy-in right away. I think just the intentionality with the membership and just the drive that they had to be good and to be excellent. That was apparent.
A lot of it also has to do with the fact that they did so well in '98 that there was almost a little bit of expectation of like, well, we can't be the corps that doesn't make finals for Division II. We've got to at least be somewhat competitive. And hey, there was a lot of expectation.
And you guys are doing like Cavalier style drill here, and it's I don't remember, we were down low. I don't remember seeing all that stuff. So getting a little higher perspective, man, you guys are just rocking.
I'm so distracted now by the performance of this color guard, and how they're everywhere at once, and they're just living it.
Yeah, if you look at how everything is so connected here, the color guard pulling the drum line, pulling this other element of guard through the horn line, just
Cool.
such a big, it's great.
And there's my take.
Oh,
The perpetual motion machine.
Yeah.
I think
now
our
it would
visuals.
all be body and lunges, but now it's just like this very subtle movement happening.
And that visual soloist in the horn line, that's Dan McLaughlin. He went on to become drum major for the A Corps. He used to do like 6 years, 5 years in the A Corps. This was his rookie year.
Yeah,
so cool.
Really fantastic.
This is probably my favorite sequence of this next probably 30 seconds of the whole show. The lines coming through each other. How that worked, I don't know, but it did.
All that 7/8.
And right here, this all this scatter, everybody has a level out. That's work out over about 4 months.
And then it just locks.
Yeah.
A horn snap, very Vanguard. Did you hear that click?
Moment.
Man,
Oh my
you
God.
guys, it's so cool.
And this card, I'm watching them, and I think that I could probably freeze frame a lot of this stuff, and the angles would be perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I think by the time all of their careers were done, I think about 7 or 8 in total went on to march in the A Corps at some point in time in the color guard. So it's just a testament to the staff of the color guard and how they were able to develop their talent and abilities.
I remember little Megan. I remember seeing her all the way to like 2007.
You guys are spread. You guys are spread.
Look at this art. This art was so much better than 5th place art. It was beautiful.
Man.
That's a big form.
Nice, you guys.
Yeah.
I remember hyping right here. I was hyping.
I was playing so loud, like my lips were the lips.
Get it!
Here
it comes.
This chord gets me.
I just got goosebumps.
Oh yeah. This is what it's about. This is what it's about.
And then this drumline roll here.
Amazing show.
Man, that was
amazing show.
Man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish they could zoom in on everybody.
Santa Clara, California.
Yeah, there's
The Vanguard Cadets.
That meant so much.
So much.
Yeah.
The SCV chant
man.
that originated in '99.
That was good, you guys. Oh man.
Yeah, what I was going to say there is that this drumline, a lot like the color guard, had so many members go directly up into the A Corps and into Blue Devils. It was so motivating to so many of these young people in this corps to be a part of something so awesome that they just couldn't get it out of their veins, and so many of these people in the whole corps just kept going for years.
I've had so many opportunities because of this in my career. I play with the Big Blue Notes right now, which is the Golden State Warriors house band, and I attribute it to drum corps, definitely.
All through the 1990s, we had a culture that was a bit kind of a anti-DCI ring, if you will, and it was not until this experience. And we all got these little rings from this wonderful corps, and that thing came in the mail, and it really meant something to me. It was the first time I was like, I love this ring. I get it now. It's in my shadow box up here. I would wear it to job interviews just so that I could look down and just go, "You've got this."
Nice.
You've got things, at some point in your life, and so it was a real experience through that whole thing. Just really the belief and just the raw sheer emotion and effort of that little corps. So we're about to go on to one of our final shows. I believe it was the actual championship show, and it's the middle of the afternoon, and we're standing out in the tunnel on the side of the stadium. And Bryan, me, a few others would work on, you got to stay focused. You got to keep these kids just like right on it and everything like that. And for some reason, out of somewhere, we're in the locked inside of the stadium thing. This guy rolls up on a motorcycle and he's wearing a white helmet, and he's got a tabby cat on his motorcycle. I'm standing there talking to the Corps and going, focus, everybody get in your game and everything like that. And this ridiculously awesome, funny thing is happening over there. And everybody's like, look at the cat. Look at that. How do you keep a bunch of 15 to 17-year-old kids totally focused on their game when you've got a cat on a motorcycle with a helmet? And then the color guard comes in, and it was just all cute. And they're running over, laughing, petting the cat and everything like that. And I'm like, I wish this guy would just leave.
This Corps was different. Maybe the same age on paper, but this was a different group of humans. And just, they trusted each other more, I think. You guys might disagree, Julio and Darnell, but from my perspective, I thought, man, there's something more to this group of kids than I had seen before. You know, I marched Cadet Corps in, 92 and 93. We went to, we got second place in 93, going back, wearing the old cummerbund uniforms and,
Nice.
but, this was like kind of harken back to that really like very purposeful, mission orientated group, and cultivated that. And it was just, I think one story that really stuck out to me, and when Myron came to talk to the Corps, I think it was like after our, I think it was after
Rome.
the show we just watched, honestly.
From New York.
Oh, was it Rome?
Rome. Yes, it was Rome.
No, but it was just so powerful, just to have him talk to because Spike, we marched A Corps, Julio, Mark, when Myron brings it in, you bring it in.
Oh.
You do that Cadet Corps, it's like, what do we do? It's like, go talk to Myron. You go run to him right now. It's like, but just to have him address, it's like, I think it was lost on the membership a little bit. It's like, well, we've heard of this guy,
A little over their head, but
but we had,
yeah.
it's like, okay, let's talk about that. That was very important that he did that to you guys. It's like we had to let's debrief what just happened to you.
We could be a part of that when we said Myron come over, and then they had the entire A Corps there and us, and then Myron just giving us all this just knowledge from the past. It was powerful. It was very powerful, especially having someone so great as Myron to actually do that for us. You know what I mean? I remember after finals, after everybody, we got together and we sang the song that Gary Megan wrote for our ballad. Everyone went out there with the medals on and then marched the show again. And I remember, it was scarce in the audience because it was so late. It was going on 1 a.m. by the time we actually took the field again.
And then they got to perform, and the winner gets to perform Saturday night as an encore.
That's right. That's right.
It's
you
like,
guys, so the last show was not the last show. That is that is really cool though. It's almost like a parade of champions, right? Like you guys get to keep showing it off.
Yeah, we do that. We win Wednesday night. Awesome, great, high feeling. Well, now that means we got to do quarterfinals and compete against all the world class course. So we go out there and we do pretty well because obviously we want to represent. We're the Vanguard. We want to do well in quarterfinals and in competition, and everything's great. We're in Washington D.C., nation's capital. They planned a free day for us the day of semifinals. We're gonna take the buses to the National Mall, drop all these kids off, and hey, go enjoy DC. Awesome, great, thank you. We get back to the school after quarterfinals, like, good news, bad news. Good news, yeah. Well, you guys made semifinals. You're the first feeder corps to ever make semifinals. We're like, what? Oh my gosh. Bad news is now your free day's cut short.
And he was obviously a real professional at driving, and the guy could like back a bus up on the first time between two little cars and just nail it. But he was really fun, and we always played practical jokes on him, and he would play them right back on us, and he was just a really fun person, and he actually went up and had a conversation with the judges one time when he felt that we hadn't been given what we needed. And none of us knew he was going to go do that, but he found out who the judges were, and he comes up and he goes, "These kids are good kids. They're good kids. They work hard."
He feels like Kennedy.
Yeah.
I
think my favorite memory comes from Bryan. Finals week, we go out and after everyone's done giving their report from staff at the end of the night, Bryan comes over and he goes, "Hey, so congratulations on winning prelims. You guys still got some work to do." Then he comes over Wednesday night. He goes, "Congratulations on winning finals. You got some work to do." goes into quarterfinals. He goes, congratulations on making quarterfinals. Still got some work to do. So when we get to semifinals, and he goes, congratulations on being the best cadet corps ever. The work is done. And that right there was a huge moment for me, being one of the 2 age outs. I was like, your work is done. And I felt like coming from 96, where we were literally the last corps in DCI, coming from a loser to a champion. You know what I mean? That was something big for me, and I still take it with me.
Bryan, with that,
yeah.
I would like you to say those words so that everyone in the cadet corps can hear you say it again.
Let me choke down my tears a little.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
Yeah. I don't even remember saying that, but I think I do remember saying that. That's tough, but what did I say, Darnell?
I'll tell you. You said, "Congratulations, Cadet Corps. Your job is done."
Oh,
Yes.
good.
Or you are the best Cadet Corps.
Congratulations on being the best cadet corps. Your job is done.
Oh, good. Congratulations on being the best cadet corps. Your job is done.
That was good, man. That was good. I think
Thank you.
I don't
Thank you,
know that
Bryan.
there's a better way that we could end this amazing video. I want to thank each one of our guests, Julio, Darnell, Bryan, Jeremy, for being here. John and I, this has been our pleasure to get to watch this show with you guys, and what a special show it was. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are enjoying these videos, please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. We do appreciate your support, and we are going to continue bringing you the inside stories about the shows that you love from the people who live them, just like we did today. And that's what we're going to keep doing. So thank you again, ladies and gentlemen. We will see you next time on the next episode of the Fan-gard. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for having us.